Hi everyone, this is Dr. Willie Green, aka Dr. Financial Literacy, welcoming you today. Again, hope everyone's had a wonderful day. This is a new day, just got paid and got a salary increase. All right, so let's see how that is playing out so far with our velocity banking in general, and let's get to it. All right, so if you can see from the screen, just made a little few changes. In January, my salary was $3,364.70 for the month. February got an increase of I think 1% to 1.5% to 3,884. We're still using the cash advance through Navy Federal at 18%. I'm starting to include the credit card rewards because I'm really starting to pick up steam with the cards in general. Last month, total income that was available to do velocity banking and improve my credit, $5,234.70. This month is slightly a little bit better. Thank you very much. $5,769.80. For the month of February, I expect the housing to pretty much remain the same, except for some of the utilities in general, but still around about 1650.82. In terms of the overall expenses, I'm starting to see definitely a decline and an improvement in that area. Last month, just if you can see those that are in the kind of reddish, pinkish area have been concluded and no longer making payments on those cards. So that has freed up some capital in just 1 month of using Velocity Banking. Velocity banking is simply taking someone else's resources, particularly around the revolving credit, like a credit card in which I'm using, and just simply trying to pay down some of your debt. Last month, I took 1860 off the credit card again and paid off Discover, Patel, and also Walmart. Also looked at some of the business aspects. So where you see a negative -01, I just wanted to highlight it by just putting in the penny and show that we are done. In terms of the basic expenses for that particular area, we're going from about 4,400 to 2,500. Then have the daily living area, 562 last month to about 203. This is a projection, but the wonderful thing about this is that there's a budget in place. We can reflect on a budget. We can see the changes, and it's that much quicker to go ahead and get things done and look at the money and seeing where the cash flow is occurring or the cash is bleeding. Last month, the cash flow was a negative 1344. Now we picked up a little steam. We're at a positive 1375. And I think it was really the help of that that cash advance that really got me over the top to pay off those interest cards at 24 to 30 some percent. Also, as I stated, wages going up bi-weekly from 1617 to 1942. So I'm gonna put that money also to work in general. Now, the card that I'm gonna look at attacking next will be the Walmart card. I'm sorry, the Wells Fargo business card that I have with a total of $6,653.03. This is just a schedule or an Excel sheet I put together to try to keep up track with the numbers. It has the payment month, date, credit card balance, payment, interest rate, principal, credit card balance, average daily balance, and average daily balance has become very important to my life. I no longer think about years and paying off my debt, paying off my home, paying off my student loan. I think about what's going on daily with my money. The income, living expenses, again, the daily interest rate and cash advance, Currently, the daily interest rate on this particular one card is about $4.46. Now, this first chart is, okay, what happens to this particular card if I do nothing else, at least for the next 28 days in the month of February? And if you look to my left, you can see that particular column. Okay, you can see that particular column of the number of months to the far left. I'm sorry, the payment date. Change that. So if I don't do anything for the month of February and just make a payment of $219, in which I have been doing, then I generally pay about $123.81 in interest. So that is doing nothing else, just making the payment on the card, not chunking any money, not putting the additional cash advance that I have. Now let's go to the same month, and this is a little bit more detailed. We're having the same credit card balance, $66.53.01, where I've taken out the Navy Federal cash advance again. And when I put that into play, it brings down, there's a decrease here in that payment. Get that color, a decrease. Now, as opposed to the previous where I wasn't doing anything but just making my one payment at the end of the year, end of the month, I'm taking that $18.60 from Navy Federal, I'm placing it against my credit card balance, and it came down to $47.93. And we're working on the average daily balance. So now let's go over to the average daily balance, which we have right here, and it's going from $4.46 today to $3.22. So every time I make a deposit into the account, it brings down the balance, but it's going to also go back up because I still have to pay my expenses. So that was just one deposit with that cash advance at 18% off of the credit card. Now, today I got paid, and I took that $19.54, put it onto the card also. Velocity banking is about taking as much as you can of your bills, put it on the card so that it can bring down the average daily balance, and then later paying all your bills. Now I have everything in here, and I'm still trying to work out the kinks of making it happen. But some things I have been able to do, I can now pay my mortgage outside of the credit card without using a third party going directly to my bank. So I'm also trying that with my rent at the end of this month, or just pull it back out and take the charge. But I just went ahead and dumped everything I have in it. As soon as I got that paycheck this week, it's an increase from the previous month. Just go ahead and I'll put it onto the Wells Fargo card to bring down the balance again. So again, we see the average daily balance in this particular block, and with the second deposit, I'm at $2,838.13 for the same month. We're in the same month, and we're in day 8. Now let's go down a little further. Now this is some of the expectation. So next paycheck should be around the 23rd of the month, $19.54.90. That's going to bring down the card balance to $833. And that's going to give me a couple of days on the average daily balance at that level. And here we can see that I'll be at like 59 cents. 59 cents per day for only a couple of days. because again, I still have to pay my expenses. And if we remember from the budget, this is what it is. So let me go back over to the budget so you see where I'm getting this number, 2583.91. Remember, it's a good thing if you can, and I really encourage you to put a budget together. And so that way we can keep track of all your expenses. All right. So right here, I have a total projected expense of $4,393.85. So what I'm going to do is grab that and take it over to our projected chart. Put that here. Oh, about that. I didn't pull it. Just a second. I'm sorry. 4393.85, 4393.85, 4393.85, 4393.85. Okay. So, and this is what we ended up with for the last 2 days, approximately 5,227, and that took back up the average daily balance, which it is because we're putting debt back on it, and I'm paying off all the charges from the card in general. On this particular chart, these are all the cash advances that are available to me. So there's about $8,000 in cash advance, and I'm looking at different options, different interest rates, and the interest rate may not be as important because I'm taking my paycheck, dumping it into the card, so the average daily balance is coming down faster in general. So the interest rate may not matter as much, but keep you informed of what's happening with the interest rate. But I'm looking at potentially grabbing some of these other cash advances until I can get a home equity line of credit, or I can get an all-in-one mortgage, or I can get a PLOT, or I can get a personal loan. So until those numbers improve, I'm going to use the resources that I have available at my disposal. And let's look at the last one. Okay, this last chart just basically represents the earlier movement and what I'm doing. With the Discover card, it had a balance of Discover, the Pedal, and the Walmart cards all had a total of $1,730. What I did was took that Navy Federal cash advance loan and just dumped it in there and wiped those cards out. And by wiping out each one of those cards, I was able to free up some more money. So each one of these cards altogether, they had a minimum payment of 95. So now that money is locked in to the budget and is helping every month. So for the next 12 months, that $95 just from these three are locked in and is helping to reduce my credit card overall debt. So in sum, to just recap, I think definitely create a budget for yourself. So as you go through and I go through the month, I can easily just pull the data and information over to kind of make some projections about next month, such as March. So that's very important. And as you can see, with the deposits in general, it helped to bring down the average daily balance, which is helping to bring down my average cost and on the balance on the card. So again, my name is Dr. Willie Green, aka Dr. Financial Literacy. I am an experimental political economist, and just going through this information, going through my real world experience with trying to reduce my business debt and personal debt, and just happy to share this with you. If you'd like to work with me, become an authorized user, improve your credit, definitely give me a call or drop me a line and see how we can work together to continue to grow and help you also. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.